All right, well, here we are again, everyone, and I want us to begin by saying, welcome back! So, episode 7 of what I got this week. I gotta say, it's been going along really well. Thank you for all your suggestions, and I think that the show's improving with time, and over time gets even better and better. But more than that, I'm having fun. I hope you're having fun as well. So for today, what we have is a pretty big issue. We have top 5 comic books of the week. We have the classic comic review. We have some Loot Crate toys. We have a special report about the LEGO Darth Vader Castle. So let's get started right away with the top 5 books of the week. All right, so this week was a lot to pick from, about 11 issue week, some great issues. Number 5 for the week is Sharkey. Now, if you notice, not much of a cover on this one. This I got is the limited edition cover, in that you can take this to a Comic-Con, get it signed. This one is a new series written by Mark Millar. If you know Mark Millar, he's especially well known for Kick-Ass and for Hit Girl. This is a new series that actually be made into a Netflix TV show. The actual cover is on the inside right here. And Sharkey is this intergalactic bounty hunter. He's a little bit Han Solo. He's a little bit Lobo. It's a little bit raunchy. The first issue, to be honest, wasn't the most appealing to me, but I know Mark Millar, and he does amazing work. So I'm going to give it another chance, let you know what happens with it. But this was number 5 for the week, Sharkey. All right, number 4 for the week. What do we have? We have another number 1. We have Wolverine Infinity Watch. Now, this is another offshoot of the Wolverine series. Wolverine has come back from the dead, as we all know. And in this particular series, the Infinity Stones are once again out and about. In this issue, we have Wolverine working together with Loki. And what I like about it is that the Infinity Stones are not just stones. They've now basically taken over the power of taking controlling of people. They are now people, basically. So people are the Infinity Stones, and we must find them before people. Long story short, Wolverine's got his claws full, so to speak. Yeah, thank you. And overall, not a bad issue. Very funny. We get to meet also Old Man Logan as he is going to become, well, gone. And it was not a bad issue. I love the cover. As you can tell, it looks very, well, Marvel. Marvel knows what's working for them. They know how the movies work, and they know what the people know about and people like. And so previously, Marvel had a hard time trying to sell their books because they were just trying to push their own thing, not what the audience wanted. This is more what the audience wants, so it's selling well. So, number 4 for the week. All right, number 3 for the week, we have Nightwing number 57. Now, this is a pretty standard issue, but what I like about it is that we still get to know more about the inside of Dick. Well, actually, now it's Rick Grayson. This continues on from when, well, spoiler, although it's been out for a while, Grayson as Nightwing was shot in the head by KG Beast. Batman took care of that, and he survived, he being, you know, Dick, now Rick Grayson, but he's a different person. He doesn't know his past. He knows his reflexes and muscle memory, but otherwise, he's still trying to figure out just what his role is in life. He has worked with the other Nightwings before. Now, he's basically trying to become a superhero again. Not a bad issue. I liked it a lot. All right, number 2 for the week, we have Guardians of the Galaxy, number 2. Now, this is a reboot of the series in that it's a whole new group of characters for the Guardians of the Galaxy. The Guardians, we still have Star-Lord, we still have Groot, Rocket, we don't know where he is. In issue 1, where we last left off, Gamora had used the Infinity Stones to kill Thanos. At a reading of Thanos' will, the Black Order came, killed a bunch of people, stole his body. So now we have a new Guardians of the Galaxy group created to try to figure out what the hell's going on. Where's Gamora? Where's Rocket? Where's Nova? This is written by a very, very well-known author for Marvel named Danny Cates. And Danny Cates has gotten some flack recently for Venom number 11. I personally thought it was a pretty interesting storyline. But the Guardians one is just not pulling any punches. And they're taking what you know about it and then just throwing it away and making sure that what you know is nothing. They're going to tell you a good story. And this is a great story. So number 2 for the week. But it's not number one. Number one for the week is Legion of Doom, technically Justice League number 18. Now, this is the Justice League stories. As we know, we have the Source Wall, we have Perpetua, we have Brainiac and Luthor trying to take over the world in their own way. But now, as the story's going on from Justice League, Legion of Doom takes over from their point of view. Now, where we last left, Luthor realized that in his past, he had released Martian Manhunter, and Brainiac basically just wants what Luthor knows. Together, they can take over and do what they need to. Luthor, in his infinite wisdom, is able to convince Brainiac otherwise. Psychologically, literarily, this is an amazing issue. I absolutely loved it. This is James Tynion at his absolute finest. He's up there, in my opinion, with the ranks of Scott Snyder and Tom King and Frank Miller. This was a great issue. I loved it. So, that's my top 5 for the week. All right, so now we have the classic comic review of the week. Now, for this one, I decided to go back to one that really made my childhood more than anything else. And that one is Batman's A Death in the Family. This is a 4-part series that, as you can tell, deals with the death of Robin. Now, this is not Dick Grayson Robin. That Robin, particularly, is still around. However, this is the Jason Todd Robin. Jason Todd took over in the early 80s as the new Robin after Dick Grayson continued to move on to become, well, and as we know, Nightwing. But the readers never really liked Jason Todd. So DC had this plan to have an 800 number, so you would vote on whether or not Jason Todd should continue living or if he should be erased from the DC storyline. It was a very close vote. Out of approximately 10,000 votes, something like that, it came down to less than 100, and ended up being that Jason Todd was going to be killed. This is the 4-part series. As you can see right here, Jason Todd's lifeless body is being taken away. And this especially gets controversial because this is done at the 1980s and a lot of American Cold War feelings. And this particular issue, we actually have, look at this, the Joker becoming the new Iranian ambassador to the UN under Ayatollah Khomeini. There's a murder attempt at the UN. This thing is just insane. This is another one of those must-haves for every comic book fan. Jim Starlin and Jim Aparlo did such a great job. The artwork's phenomenal. The writing is great. 5 out of 5 wigs. You need to get this. This is an absolute treasure. Death in the Family. All right, so right now, real quick, we're going to go to a little segment we have about the Lego Tower being completed. Take it away. Me. I loved it. The tower looks amazing. Thank you to my daughters, and thank you, of course, to my wife and my amazing kids. So, to end today's episode, we have some toys to go over. I got some Loot Crate shipments today. So first, I want to show this. This is my new Voltron pin, collector's pin, limited edition. It's a nice multi-layer pin, nice enamel pin. It looks pretty cool. It's going to look nice on my jacket when I wear it. Not as nice as this, though. This is my new Hydra pin. I'm sorry, I am not a member of Hydra, but apparently I have their pin to sneak into the Hydra base. This is an exclusive. It's a genuine Captain America first Avenger. I like it, but it's not as good as this. My coup de grace, if you will, is this Locutus of Borg action figure. This particular one right here, as you can see, is very detailed. It comes in this nice little fancy box. Locutus of Borg, if you don't know, is Captain Picard, as he is taken over by the Borg. Let's see if we can get a nice close zoom in on that. This is one of my favorite figures. It is just gorgeous. The detail, the positioning, the platform, the box display, it is just gorgeous. So I gotta say, this is my toy of the week. And that's what I got for this week, guys. We went over the classic comic review, top 5, my toys, the Lego Tower. So I hope you had a good week. I had a great week. See you guys next week. Bye.